Harmonious eating versus restrictive diets. In an era where health trends often swing between extremes, harmonious eating emerges as a balanced alternative to restrictive diets that dominate our consciousness. While many chase quick fixes through severe caloric limitations or rigid food rules, harmonious eating focuses on cultivating a joyful relationship with food by aligning nutrition with personal well-being. This approach recognizes that true nourishment is not solely measured by macronutrient counts but also by how meals impact emotional balance and daily energy levels. It encourages individuals to listen to their body's cues rather than adhering to external mandates, creating sustainable practices rooted in self-awareness instead of deprivation. The philosophy behind harmonious eating. At its core, harmonious eating embodies the principle of coexistence between different nutrients, cultural traditions, and individual needs. This philosophy moves beyond binary notions of good versus bad foods to embrace a holistic view where variety and moderation serve as guiding principles. The concept draws from ancient dietary wisdom found across civilizations, such as Ayurveda's emphasis on balancing doshas or traditional Chinese medicine's theory of yin-yang equilibrium. These frameworks highlight how different foods interact within the body to maintain physiological harmony. Modern interpretations incorporate scientific understanding without losing sight of intuitive awareness. For instance, while research supports the benefits of fiber-rich plant-based diets, harmonious eaters remain flexible, adjusting intake based on seasonal availability and personal preferences. Nourishing diversity. Encouraging consumption of various whole foods ensures intake of diverse micronutrients essential for optimal bodily function. Cultural resonance. Incorporating dishes from one's heritage can enhance mental well-being through familiar flavors and shared memories associated with food. Fostering body awareness through food choices. A fundamental pillar of harmonious eating lies in developing acute sensitivity to physical signals related to hunger and satiety. Unlike diet culture, which often suppresses natural instincts, this practice invites individuals to tune into their body's rhythms. By distinguishing between actual physiological hunger and emotional cravings, practitioners cultivate healthier relationships with food. Recognizing when the stomach truly requires fuel versus when stress or boredom prompts snacking becomes an empowering skill set. Mindful eating techniques complement this process by slowing down mealtime rituals. Techniques such as pausing before each bite, chewing thoroughly, and reflecting on taste sensations help re-establish lost connections between mind and mouth. Consistent practice enhances interoceptive awareness, the ability to perceive internal states, which proves invaluable during moments of temptation or confusion regarding appropriate portion sizes. Navigating common misconceptions about balanced nutrition. Dietary myths frequently cloud perceptions about what constitutes healthy eating habits. One prevalent misconception equates low-calorie intake with automatic weight loss results, disregarding metabolic adaptations that occur over time. Another common fallacy suggests that eliminating entire food groups guarantees improved health outcomes. However, such extreme restrictions risk nutritional deficiencies unless carefully managed by professionals specializing in functional medicine or integrative nutrition. Furthermore, some people mistakenly believe that organic produce automatically translates to superior health benefits compared to conventionally grown alternatives, overlooking factors like soil quality and preparation methods affecting nutrient absorption rates. To counter these misconceptions effectively, adopting evidence-based approaches grounded in both science and personal experience becomes crucial. Consulting registered dietitians who employ personalized assessments offers practical guidance tailored specifically toward long-term success goals. Practical strategies for cultivating harmonious eating habits. Implementing harmonious eating doesn't require dramatic lifestyle transformations. Small incremental changes suffice for meaningful progress. Begin by auditing current dietary patterns to identify areas ripe for improvement without triggering feelings of guilt or failure. Schedule regular grocery shopping trips focusing primarily on fresh fruits and vegetables available seasonally whenever possible. Stocking pantries full of minimally processed staples reduces reliance on convenience foods high in added sugars and unhealthy fats. Experiment with new recipes incorporating international ingredients unfamiliar yet appealing enough to spark culinary curiosity. Trying different cooking styles, from grilling fish over open flames to fermenting dairy products at home, adds exciting dimensions to everyday meals. Engage family members or friends willing to participate in learning experiences around food choices. Shared kitchen spaces become opportunities for bonding while simultaneously broadening perspectives regarding nutritious options readily accessible locally. The role of intuitive eating within harmonious frameworks. Intuitive eating serves as a complementary framework reinforcing key tenets of harmonious nutrition. Rather than imposing strict regulations on what can be consumed, it advocates listening attentively to innate bodily feedback mechanisms. Central tenets include honoring hunger without shame, respecting fullness without judgment, making peace with food regardless of its perceived value system assigned by society, and challenging the notion that certain foods inherently possess moral superiority. Evidence indicates that those practicing intuitive eating report higher satisfaction levels with their physique, despite less concern about calorie-counting exercises typically emphasized elsewhere in wellness industries. This alignment between inner intuition and outer expression manifests visibly through spontaneous joy experienced during mealtimes, an indicator that healing processes are underway beneath surface-level behaviors previously governed strictly by external expectations. Culturally responsive approaches to healthy living. Holistic nourishment must account for cultural backgrounds shaping dietary customs handed down generations. Ignoring these influences risks alienating communities whose identities deeply intertwine with particular cuisines. Adapting global nutritional guidelines to respect local traditions involves celebrating indigenous knowledge systems alongside modern advancements in biochemistry and epidemiology. Such integration fosters inclusive environments where everyone feels represented accurately. Community-led initiatives promoting culturally relevant education programs enable participants to explore ancestral recipes creatively while still meeting contemporary standards concerning vitamin intake requirements. Bridging generational gaps occurs naturally when elders share stories behind cherished dishes passed down through bloodlines, allowing younger audiences greater appreciation for why certain ingredients hold significance beyond mere sustenance purposes alone. Addressing emotional triggers related to food consumption. Many challenges encountered along journeys towards harmonious living stem directly from unresolved emotional conflicts surrounding eating behaviors. Unpacking these layers necessitates honest introspection coupled with supportive therapeutic interventions. Cognitive behavioral therapy has proven effective in restructuring negative thought patterns, contributing significantly toward disordered relationships with nourishment sources. Identifying triggers linked to past traumas helps develop coping strategies aimed squarely at preventing relapses later on. Grief work remains equally vital considering losses may manifest physically through altered appetite regulation functions impacting digestion efficiency among other biological indicators. Acknowledging such realities prevents stigmatization against seeking professional assistance openly. Creating safe spaces inside homes facilitates open dialogue about complex emotions tied closely together with food choices made routinely throughout lives. Normalizing conversations demystifies struggles otherwise considered taboo subjects worthy only whispered discussions behind closed doors. Building sustainable food systems aligned with principles of harmony. True transformation extends beyond individual behavior modification efforts, requiring collective action towards constructing resilient agricultural infrastructures, prioritizing ecological integrity. Regenerative farming methodologies restore degraded landscapes, concurrently enhancing biodiversity indices dramatically. Supporting farmers' markets strengthens regional economies, fostering direct connections between growers and consumers sharing mutual interests focused exclusively upon producing nutrient-dense offerings year-round irrespective weather conditions, prevailing outside controlled greenhouse settings. Urban gardening projects empower city dwellers, reclaiming green spaces, transforming concrete jungles back into vibrant ecosystems capable supporting pollinators, essential maintaining stable planetary rhythms necessary sustaining life forms existing symbiotically here below us now. Promoting waste reduction measures becomes imperative, reducing landfill burdens, stemming excessive packaging materials used, transporting perishable items great distances, unnecessarily depleting finite resources, needlessly exploited excessively due sheer volume demands generated, constantly increasing populations worldwide. Conclusion: Harmonious eating presents itself not merely another fad diet promising miraculous outcomes overnight, but rather enduring paradigm shift redefining entire conceptualizations surrounding food's role within human existence globally. By embracing flexibility rather than rigidity, nurturing intrinsic wisdom rather than following prescribed regimens, we unlock profound potential residing dormant deep inside every person, possessing unexpressed capacity for experiencing genuine fulfillment derived simply from enjoying meals prepared lovingly with intentionality, imbued consciously crafted moments spent savoring flavors richly layered with meaning transcending purely biological considerations.